So looking across the valley here, I wonder how much it costs to be the guy that lives in this house right here. Let's zoom in so you can see it. All the way across, the only building on that whole ridge. That's got to be nice. All right, we just pulled in. We're at the Allegrippis Trailhead parking lot. You can see it's pretty packed today. Behind us, there's a little station. Get your bike tuned up if you need to, take a break. And then right behind me there, that's with the trailhead. We're gonna jump in the woods. Got to get changed first, and then we're gonna head out. All right, here we are. This is the start of the trail. We're not gonna film all of it. We'll just get little bits and pieces of everything and show you what the feel's like. All right, Jen, let's roll. If you come here for Dirt Fest, you probably drive up this way and end up going through there right down to the lake. All right, this is kind of a connector trail just from the parking lot. When you first come, there's Buck and Doe. We're gonna take Buck down. Not really technical, just a flowy connector trail. And then we'll get to some of the better stuff. All right, from the little bit on Fawn, come down to this trailhead. We're gonna go right and stay on Fawn because we want to head right to Osprey and Hydro Loop. A good portion of the trails around here have this feel to them. Now that the trails have been open for a couple years, the highly man-made machined look to them is going away. All the machine lines are gone. Some of the top dirt's worn away a little, making them better real trail instead of buffed in super highway. All right, so we're at this trailhead right now between Fawn and Osprey. We're gonna jump on Osprey, which to me it's a blue trail, but it's one of the most fun, fast trails there are here. Low technical, just high speed. I'm not gonna edit all of it, but we'll film most of it, and let's go have some fun. For a new rider, this trail is actually fast and flowy enough that it'd be really easy to get in over your head. I've been coming up here for a couple years, so I kind of remember where some of the tight turns are at. But I have made mistakes before. Still on Osprey. And Osprey dumps out here down to one of the main intersections. This is the beginning and end of Hydro Loop, probably one of the best sections here. Once you're on hydro loop, it's a good idea to give everybody their own space. The speed changes, pace up and down very quickly, and you want to make sure everybody has their own room. If you're used to doing group rides at some local trails where everybody's running tire to tire, it's just going to make the slinky effect happen here, and no one's actually going to get the ride how they want. Give a little space and have some fun. It's almost guaranteed anytime you come up over a big hump or a whoop here that the trail usually turns and changes direction directly after it, but not until you're already over it and weren't planning on it. So that's kind of some of the places where newer individuals can end up running off the trail. So first time through, manage your speed, learn the trail, and then usually take this loop for a couple laps while we're here and keep waking it up and getting faster each time. There is places to get a little bit of air, not big jumps, just kind of float off the top of some of the rollers. Just keeps it fun. All right, so this is about halfway down hydro loop. It's the lowest point of the trail, right down to the water's edge. And these people here have the right idea. Stop part way in a ride, cool it down. So if you plan to come here, definitely make sure you stop halfway and jump right in. Here's the second half of hydro loop. Since the halfway point's down at the water, that means everything else is pretty much up. But how they designed it and cut this in, it's not the worst hill climb you've ever done, because they constantly have it changing grade. So that way it's not one constant leg burner all the way to the top. It might go up real sharp, grab a couple pedal punches, cruise it out for a little bit, switch back, do it again. Definitely rode much worse up hills. So next stop, all the way to the top. Busy time at the trailhead. Almost feel like I'm back at Dirt Fest. All right, let's go in. Let's do another hydro, a little bit quicker. Okay, I forgot to start the camera back at the trailhead, but it started right at the same place that Hydro Loop did. This is the Eagle Trail, and I'm not going to talk bad on the trail, but it's got some flow to it, pretty pedally. Most people are going to ride this just as a connector to get out from Ospey and Hydro back over to the main loop or back over to the campground area, or heading back to their car. Like I said, not that it's a bad trail, there's nothing truly remarkable on it, and that may be just because of the other trails and how they feel compared to this one, when in actuality I'd probably be pretty happy to have this trail closer to my house and be able to ride it on a regular basis. Just doing the Osprey Hydro Loop section back to back kind of makes everything else feel fairly tame and slow once you get to this point. We'll call it a moderate pedal. Good thing about having someone like Jen right in front of you, it's like an early warning system. Anytime something happens in the trail, you're gonna get a little whoop or a weep or some kind of yell, and it lets you be a better rider, because then you know to be on guard because something's gonna happen. So thanks, Jen, for that. Someday Garmin will get that feature, but not just yet. You have to get a Jen to do that. All right, we took Eagle to its end, across the road, a little more trail, brings you to an intersection of Sleek Dog and Switch. We're gonna take Switch out of here because Sleek Dog is much better in the other direction. You do not want to pedal up it this way. It's just not as fun. So we're gonna go right, take Switch. Switch is another trail that's, I'd say less than remarkable. Not because it's bad, but pretty much just another pedally connector trail to get to where you need to go. And I'm having derailleur problems. Okay, we're back up at the top of Fawn near the entrance of the main trailhead. And first time we were here, we went right. Now we're going left. We're going to jump on Alley Trail. That's going to turn into Grippis into Ridge. Put it together, Allegrippis Ridge. See what they did there? All right, enough of me talking. Let's ride. A lot of S-bend, flat style corners, pretty good traction. It's a little dry and dusty. Just gotta watch if there's a root running right across the trail right in the middle of a turn. That'll send you skipping up to a road crossing, back into Alley. So a lot of these trails, like we mentioned before, are just smooth with some rolling pumps in them. Grab a few pedals, climb, go downhill pretty quick. And in past years, we have seen people get hurt here due to them getting in over their head, picking up too much speed, losing control. So sometimes it might be an argument for having more technical trails. Even though they might be trickier to ride, they might keep some of the average riders at a little bit slower average speed, which should overall keep them safer in theory. Just one school of thought. We're coming up to the Allegrippis Trailhead. Let's see if I can get these rocks. Easy peasy. But no lemons to squeezy. All right, looks like we got to a fun section on Allegrippis. I think we got some flow. We are on, still on a section of Ridge Trail. fun part. Nice little flow section. And then I think from this point it's just a straight pedal, and we're almost at the lookout. Okay, so when you first come out of Ridge Trail, Allegrippis to Ridge, this is where you come out. This is the overlook. There's Jen. Say hi, Jen.
Hi.
Look at this freaking view. You kidding me? Like, we're pretty high up. Raystown Lake. You can hear some of the big power boats. A couple of benches up here. Trailhead to the left. That'll take us to what they call Ray's Revenge. Starts out really fun, ends with a hell of a lot of pedaling. I think we're gonna go back this trail, which is Berry Patch. We're gonna might take Berry Patch back. Gonna look at that view again. This is the kind of stuff that makes you not want to go back to civilization. All right, we are now leaving the overlook, or outlook, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna be jumping on Berry Patch first. If you go left, that takes you to Ray's Revenge.
Rough ride.
All right, that's enough trail riding for day one. The camera died on me back in the woods, so I didn't finish all the trails on the way out. It says we finished with 18.7 miles. Don't let the mileage scare you if you're not used to doing double miles. They go a lot faster here because of the flow. All right, so we're gonna go back, meet up with some friends, have an after ride drink. Tomorrow, we'll start off again. We're gonna hit the Skills Park, get some more trail riding. I might make the Skills Park a different video. I don't know yet. You'll have to see what this one's called once it comes out, and then we'll know. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.